Radio. Oh, you can check out our great.
But I can't help myself. I don't wanna be a freak, but I can't help myself. I don't wanna be a freak, but I can't help myself. I don't wanna be a freak, but I can't help myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Broadcasting around the world.
Well, hello.
This is your number one internet radio station.
Here's my story, it's sad but true. It's about a girl that I once knew. She took my love, then ran around with every single guy in town. Hey, hey, whoa, 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 la, 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 yeah, my should I known it from the very start. This girl will leave me with a broken heart. I listen people when I'm telling
Hello.
you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We're back again, 7:30 Wednesday night on the whistle. Zoe just said to me off air, she thinks she's done well this week with predictions. All will be revealed. I've had a shocking week.
I've gone better than you.
I've made some bold statements and they're not quite coming off. I can hear myself now. I
think the music were a bit loud.
No, I'd got the wrong mic turned on.
Oh, so I wasn't even talking. Right.
I could hear you.
Hello. Yes, we've all sorts to get his teeth stuck into. Premier League's back this weekend as well, so we can talk about that as well. The England performance squad was announced on Monday. Includes injured players.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that because I was really confused when the squad got announced.
I'm not confused by their meaning and why they've done it, but I am confused. I still don't understand why they have. I get why they have. Would I have done it? No.
But why have they got a performance squad anyway when England aren't playing this year? We've got Great Britain tour, haven't we?
It's a performance squad that gets together for the meetings and things like that. That's why I haven't made a big song and dance about it.
It's nothing massive. England don't have a game this year. Obviously, it's a return of the Lions tour at the end of the year. So I don't think it's a massive. It's not a massive deal, is it?
I don't think they're bothered anyway, because I got an email at 11:25 Monday morning from RFL. England performance squad embargoed until 11:30. So 5-minute notice. Well, cheers RFL. Thanks for that. So there's no for me to. I've not made a big song and dance about it about our players that have got in. One of them's out for the season.
Exactly. And
other one's out for 2 months.
Yeah.
Who's got an England night squad?
Yeah,
There's only Reece that's fit.
And then you've got Luke Gale as well.
That's what I'm saying.
What new face is Josh Charnley's back in the England squad, isn't he?
Charnley's in.
Yeah.
There's a few in there. Mulhern's in.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna get the squad up. Because I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna say whether they deserve to be in. That's my opinion. I'm gonna hang on a minute. England.
But yeah, so it did confuse me a little bit. But like you said, it'll be just sort of being in that environment, being around the players. Obviously they're not playing this year, but they'll be sort of like you said, having the meetings and just staying together as a squad, I guess. So
Cass have got 4 players in.
Yeah.
Luke Gale, who's out for the season.
Liam Watts.
Makes sense. Liam Watts deserves to be in. He's been great. Jake Truman probably not.
No.
Adam Milner.
Would you put Truman in the Knights?
Yes, I put him in the Knights.
I wouldn't have him in the main squad.
Good enough to be in the England main squad.
No, I don't think so.
Catalans have got Tompkins in. Yeah, Tompkins.
Yeah.
He's the only representative from Catalans. Huddersfield, of course, McGilvery's in there. Hull FC, Connor, Shaw, Taylor. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about that. KR, Robbie Mulhern, I think he's fully deserved it. Great to see that people...
Yeah, I understand. We'll get on to Leeds as well because they've got 2 players in, and now they've got 2 players in an England squad. I don't know.
Well, how Watkins has gone, and it's unbelievable. Well, Stevie Watts, how's he?
Well, he barely plays anyway, does he? So...
Lomax making some Percival
yeah.
for Saints, Robit, Thompson, Walmsley as well. You can't argue with any of them. Tom Johnston, Wakefield, out for season, shouldn't be in. Reece Lynn's in, yep, that's fine by me. Josh Charnley, Darryl Clark, Ben Curry, Chris Hill, Jack Hughes, Stephen Ratchford.
I think
Ben Curry's hardly played.
I don't know.
He's missed 2 years.
Exactly.
2 full years, Ben Curry. How can he possibly?
I don't understand that. Because he's coming, it was his first game a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? His first game back from... He's suffered 2 ACL injuries. So how he's got into the squad, I don't know. I think Jack Hughes is at the start of the season on fire. I think he's been really good for Warrington. But yeah, Ben Curry, that confuses me.
Wigan, Oliver Gildart, Joe Greenwood, Sean O'Loughlin, George Williams. So I just on those injured players. I just do not get it because
I don't. I was talking to my friend Amy about this the other week, when it first got announced, and I just didn't understand why, if they're both out for the season, why are you including them in the squad when you could have 2 other players in there?
It's ridiculous for me. It's stupid. I don't understand it. And people say they want to keep a solid core and they want to build the camaraderie and the togetherness. But what happens if those players that are injured now are actually injured when it comes to picking a side? You've got to then pick players that haven't had that experience of being in that environment or anything. So that for me, I don't understand it. And Luke, when Tom Johnson and Luke Gale get caught saying, "No, you're in this," I bet they don't understand. I bet they're thinking, "What?
How? Yeah.
Oh, am I in that when I'm out for season?" Tom Johnson's not just ruptured his ACL; he's done his LCL, his PCL.
Yeah.
He's going to be at least 10 months, at least. And that. So he's not going to play for Great Britain at the end of the year. Luke Gale's not going to play for Great Britain at the end of the year.
Not going to be ready, are they?
It's absolutely stupid. It's stupid. So I don't understand it.
Do you think he's just not paying attention, Wayne Bennett, or do you think he's just...
No, obviously he's got coaches around that obviously do pay attention.
Why aren't they telling him then?
I don't think it's a case of him. I think that's just the way he is.
Well, no, I know, but why aren't they giving him advice saying they're injured?
They might all be in the same mindset as him. You know, from by all accounts, I think it's Wayne's way or no way. To be honest with you, the England Knights squad, I think it's a similar sort of squad to what. But Papua New Guinea.
So Danny Richardson, who's playing at Lee now, not playing at Saints, got Jack Ashworth in there, who's barely played for Saints anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. He's played a few games. He played well last year as well, did Ashworth?
Yeah, but this year
he's played a couple, hasn't he? Look, I have no problem with him.
He's been named on the bench, hasn't he, a few times?
It's a 17-man game, remember?
You what?
17-man game.
Yeah.
It is. I look and I think Foster, Holmes, Minikin, Whitley, English, Lehman, McIntosh, O'Brien, Roberts, Atkin, Hadley, Matongo, Handley, Heledsky, Smith, Sutcliffe, Walker, Evolds, Jones, Ashworth, Lees, Richardson, Batchelor, King, Lynham, Livette, Patton, Philbin, Danny Walker, Joe Bullock, Tom Davis, Liam Marshall, Don Manfredi and Sam Powell. I don't think there's anybody in there that I think, why are they in there? You know, they've got to pick they've got to get the youngsters in somehow, and it's proved a couple of people that were in the when they went to Papua New Guinea in the England night squad, your Robbie Mulherns, they've been promoted. You know, they've shone in that environment and gone up to the England proper performance squad. So you know, the door's there.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's a good idea to have the England Knights, and it gives them sort of that push to hopefully, like you see, like the likes of Robin Mulhern moving up into the main England squad. It gives them that sort of extra ambition to they can actually make it into the main squad. And I think quite a few of those players, given a few years on them, they will be the future England stars. Yeah.
You could be right. Let's just hope we don't pick injured players when it comes to it. So we'll go on to his predictions that we got. I
I'm being quite smug this week, I think.
No, but I don't think I've been that far away.
Oh, I definitely got 2 more
To be
than
honest with you. So you yeah, all right. So you went for Warrington to beat Wakefield 24-20. The won 34-20, 34-32. I went for Wakefield, so you 1-0 up there. We both went for Saints.
Yeah.
It was more convincing than we both thought.
Yeah.
But we got.
And
so,
we both
so
went
you're-
for Huddersfield,
So
and that
you're
was
2-1 up.
that was a shock. Because Hull KR.
No, sorry, we both went for Hull KR.
Did we?
Yeah, and Huddersfield won easy, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I was saying to you.
No, you said we both went for
Right. Well, no, I meant we both went for Hull KR and Huddersfield
right.
won.
So you're still 2-1 up. Catalan Leeds. You went for Catalans. I went for Catalans. We're both right there.
3-2.
Yeah, 4-2 because you went. Oh no! We both went Salford and Wigan won, so it's still 3-2.
Yeah, because
And then it's 4-2 because
did
you
we
went.
both go? Did we both go Salford?
Yeah, it's 4-2 because you went Hull and I went London.
Yeah.
So you've got
So
that one by a couple.
I've raced into the lead.
You're still not winning overall though.
I think
because
I am.
You're not because I've won a couple of weeks where I've won by one.
So what point system are we running then? When you say you're in the lead, what points?
Well, we did sort that out before we started doing it, but I can't remember it now. I think it was something like 5 points if we got it completely correct.
We've never got it completely correct.
But
though,
we've
have we?
never, no. And then it's 2 points for a win, I think, and then if you don't get it right, you don't get any points.
Yeah.
So I think we're quite neck and neck, actually.
I can't wait till we bring running naked to the flat top and back.
Nick.
That's when it makes it
We won't
interesting.
be doing that. Don't you?
If
worry.
he
It's
loses,
not
that's
happening.
what he's got to do. That's his forfeit.
I know, but we haven't thrown the gauntlet down. What?
The thing is, we've not thrown it. I've always been comfortable when I've said, and there's not been one where I've actually come away and gone, oh, I think I might actually have to run to flat top naked. I've always been
Well, what was
fairly
the Arsenal
confident.
game when it was? What was it, Huddersfield or something? And you're like, if we
Oh,
do it, and
they
they
won it
they won it.
90 we were in Manchester. We were at Coronation Street,
Yeah.
weren't
And because we were walking Mount Corridor, and they were going, it's 0-0, it's 0-0. They're not going to win. They're not going to
we?
win.
And then I was like, yes. So honestly, and it wasn't just a loss. It was a.
Yeah.
If
You
they
said
drop
if
points,
yeah,
I'm
if they
like,
drop points.
I was like, yeah, Arsenal will win easy.
Yeah.
There we go. So.
I think we're neck and neck.
Right, yeah, we're neck and neck. Are we going to break for a first song? Have we got them?
Yeah, we're ready. And what I'm going to do, I know we've got a few people watching and listening on Facebook Live, but because we keep getting the songs and things blocked to Facebook, even though we pay all our licenses, I'm going to each song.
Are you
that's
sure you
played-
do?
Yeah, I can demonstrate the license if you want to see them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end each song, which going in the video and on Facebook Live, because otherwise it just stops and mutes the whole thing. So if somebody listens to it,
So if you do want to listen to the song, because I've picked some belters, I've picked 3 absolute belters. Zoe's not aware of it yet.
if
You want to listen, you can listen online. SmileRadio.co.
Yeah,
Or the app.
Or download the app on Apple and Android, Smile Radio. So yeah,
We'll be back after this song.
we'll be right back. Well, we're still live now anyway, so I'm just going to end the video now. But then, for those who want to listen, download the app or listen online now. So this is. Do you want to tell them, Con? Do you want to tell them?
Are we in
First-
order? Are we in order? Because I've sent you 3, haven't I? Saturday night.
Oh! Right, this is the last week that I let you pick songs. I keep saying it every week.
This is Saturday Night by Wingfield. Shabba.
Didi na na na. Saturday night, I feel the air is getting hot. Like me, baby. I'll make you mine. You know I'll take you to the top. I'll drive you crazy. Saturday night dance, I like
We're back with On the Whistle with Colin Zoe live on Smile Radio.
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, so we have to
Some banging tunes.
so we have to cut off with every song because
We're going live again now. We're going
Right.
live on Facebook Live. So yeah, like I said, the only reason why I'm having to do this is because if people want to listen to the Facebook Live videos, they get muted anyway, so you can't really hear anything. So
and that's just
it's just Facebook,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So it's not going to be forever. I'm just trying to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have our listeners back. Zoe's joined us. Hi, Zoe.
Come on, come back. You
Come
know you
back.
want to. Hey, it's going up. So anyway, a little bit of wheeling and dealing around Super League and Championship. Tristan Inu.
we've got an incoming. We've got an incoming. An ice pack.
Yeah, from my life.
Did you find a muscle playing football?
I have, yeah.
Oh,
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mum.
Is it that
do you want
bad?
to come on camera?
is it that bad?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I might need a rub down later on.
Get a room.
Sorry.
Oh,
Cringe.
bless. I didn't realise it was that bad. Oh,
Yeah, I'll be all right, Connor. But thanks for your concert.
it's all right. Anything for you.
Get a grip.
So, I was just saying there, Tristan Inu was of Widnes Vikings, now of Salford Red Devils. What do you make of that one?
I've only just found that out when you've just said that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When did that happen?
It's happened months. I'm joking. Yeah, confirmed today. Yeah.
Yeah,
confirmed
well, I
today.
must have I've been really busy today, so I've not
I am
even.
as well. Yeah.
I've not really been looking on the old social media and stuff. Yeah, well, obviously Widnes have had their troubles, and it'll be a good signing for Salford. He's done all right. Did well for Widnes. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, not bad.
I think he's a solid player. I don't think he's a world beater, but he'll do well for Salford.
Yeah, it's funny because I got told he were on a massive whack. So when you're actually, if you're judging him on his ability, yeah, he'll improve Salford. But is he worth the money? Are they better sticking with the likes of Ed Chamberlain and Jake Bibby as centres, young lads really coming through? And
that was going to be my next question.
That's the big thing.
Where does he fit in? Because Jake Bibby's been playing fantastic. Like you said, Ed Chamberlain's a young lad coming through, but Inu's a bit older, isn't he?
Yeah, well.
So where does he fit into that Salford squad?
Well, if it's for signed him, they've got to play him centre.
Yeah.
They've got to
Yeah.
play him. So it's whoever.
But would you
the-
drop out? You'd drop out Chamberlain.
Well, I don't know. I don't really. I can't say I follow Salford much. Can't say I've seen much of him. But of course, there's Wellham as well, and there's Junior Sow when he gets back fit. Forget about him. So they're not going to drop Junior Sow. So you set the centres you've got. Well, Chamberlain, I suppose, can play on the wing because he's got the number 2 shirt. Bibby's got the number 5 shirt, so he can play on the wing as well. So there's
room for.
So there's
him to
room.
fit in
There's
at the
room.
centre.
Daryl Alfords has been doing well on the wing. Are they going to keep him in there? Who's been playing? Ken Seo on the wing. He's injured, isn't he?
Well,
Ken
he
Seo?
got injured in the game against Wigan. He was taken off early. But for me, I wouldn't move Alfords. I think he's been playing really well. I think he's worked hard and gained his spot in the first team. But in my opinion, he tries hard every game. He gives it 110%.
So would I if I play professional.
Well, you get some people that don't. So
No, I just think that he had quality to that team, yeah. And look, Ian Watson's going to pick his best back line that he's got available to him. And
we were singing his praises last week.
Whoever he picks out of that, I think Greg Johnson's falling out pecking order at Salford. He's not getting a sniff.
Yeah.
So you've got Alfords, Chamberlain, CO, Bibby fighting for wing spots, and then obviously Chamberlain and Bibby fighting for centre spots as well. But then you've got Sal, Wellham, and Inu now. So you've got loads.
Well, he's got options. He's got
exactly.
He's got loads
in that
of cover.
back line, there's loads. So it is a good signing for Salford. It keeps people on the toes, and plenty of competition always does that. So yeah, I think it's a decent signing, and you know when he's on, is Eno. He really is. He's a good player.
Well, yeah, he was good for Widnes, and just a shame. I think he is better than Championship, in my opinion. But like you said, Salford have got the cover there now. Whether they get injuries, which I'm sure they will do, and they're bound to throughout the season. Ken Seo obviously is an example of that. But Ian Watson can look at that squad now and know he's got those options in the centres and on the wings as well. So he's well set, I think.
Exactly. Just on.
What are you looking at? You're being distracted.
If I'm more flashing, then I wasn't distracted. I just.
you sounded it. Come on, get back into gear.
I think it was your agent trying to get hold of you.
The agent's trying to get hold of me. Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly what it is.
All his other girlfriends.
So.
I'm joking, love. I'm joking.
Do you know?
God, I better put the heater on. It's just gone really cold in here.
So we were talking last week about Liam Sutcliffe playing half-back, centre, wing, full-back, second row, loose forward.
Well, I think by all accounts...
Moved back to standoff last week. Look,
yeah.
Lolohea dropped. What?
It's a weird one, that.
One of your marquee... I don't know if it's a marquee signing, but it was on the most money
Well, yeah.
Signed from NRL. This big deal made about
Sutcliffe.
him, and he's been dropped for Liam Sutcliffe, who's been deemed by every coach he's been coached under. He's been clearly been deemed not good enough for a half-back role.
But by all accounts, he did all right.
But that's the problem. He's saying, yeah, he did all right.
Well, yeah.
This is a Leeds Rhinos
I don't
team.
know. I've not watched any of the game.
They've got all this cash in. You know that they should be at the top of the table. And if we're saying somebody, I did all right. That's it. All right's not good enough. I was having this conversation on Thursday with a journalist about the Wakefield team, and we're on about someone, and we said Wakefield. All right's not good enough for Wakefield now. It needs to be good and very good. All right and decent is not. It's not the way forward. And if you stand off half, does all right, then you know you want to reevaluate where you're at.
Oh
really.
Yeah, of course. And he's not.
And for him to drop Lolohea,
he's not the answer to Leeds' problems putting Sutcliffe in the half.
For him to drop Lolohea and put Sutcliffe there, it says a lot about Dave Fern and not knowing what his best side is.
I don't think he's got a clue. He's not.
It says a lot about him not. You know. Does this ask the question? You know, does this suggest that the players that Dave Furner has got at his disposal are not the players that Dave Furner wants at his disposal? Was Tui Lolohea?
Yeah. Well, all of the players, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Lolohea, Merrin, Hurrell, they were all signed before he even came to the club.
All three of them three players you mentioned there, Hurrell, Lolohea,
they've been
and Merrin,
absolute
all
wet farts.
All three of them. Their combined wage will be the same as Wakefield's starting 15.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were all signed before Furner came, before Furner had a say in anything.
Well,
whether he had a say in it from Australia or whatever. But
that's my question. That's my question. Are those Dave Furner's players? They're not at all. Not if Dave Furner had brought Lolohea in, he would be doing everything in his power
to play him.
To play him, and even if he were playing rubbish, it'd be coming out in press and backing him and saying, "Lord, he'll come good." Even if sometimes he's thinking he won't come good, but I don't want to make myself look stupid here by dropping him, so I'm going to keep him in. Him dropping Lolohea and coming out and saying he's fit, and saying it were a selection, you know, decision. That's him saying that Lolohea was not bought. He's not his player. So there's a lot of deadwood at Leeds, and there's a lot of players that Dave Furner doesn't want at that club.
Yeah, well, we keep repeating ourselves, don't we? Deadwood. There's obviously something massively wrong. They've won one game all season. They're at the bottom of the table. And that, for a club like Leeds Rhinos, is not good enough.
Yeah, I agree. So Lollahy has been named in the night team for tomorrow.
They've lost against Leeds. We obviously predicted them to lose against Catalans. It's always a tough place to go for anybody. The one game that they've won all season was against Salford, which they won by a landslide.
It's mad, isn't it?
Which either Salford weren't at the races that day, or Leeds would. I just don't get it.
Lollahy was not signed by Furner. Other two,
Yeah.
other two aren't much cop either. That Merrin doesn't even want to be there, and Harrell. Well, for money is on. 12 better centres in competition than him.
I'd do better on that money.
There's 12 better centres in competition than
if I were getting paid that much, I'd put more effort in than he is.
Well, yeah, they're a million miles off. I can't see Furner being there to be on this season. Me, I can't see it. That's my opinion anyway. I can't see him being there for a sustained.
Do you think he'll go? Do you think he'll get the boot before the end of the season, or do you think it will be? They'll sort of last him out for a season.
I don't necessarily think it's a case of him getting the boot. I think they probably might reach a mutual decision, or I don't know. That's just me. I can't see him being a long-term Leeds coach. That's what I'm saying.
No, I can't. I can't see him being a long-term fix. He just not. There's just something that doesn't seem right for me. I don't know whether he looks like he'll obviously tell you a completely different story, but whether he's comfortable there, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Daz Pitchford says Lamb or Furner first to go. That's Adrian Lamb, Wigan coach. Well, they got a decent win under them. Decent win against Salford, who have been going really well. He got that win on Sunday. So, for me, I think Lamb will do all right. I think Wigan will do all right. I think Leeds are the team that are most in crisis for me.
I still think Lamb will be first to go. Because of that, Adrian Lamb were never given that vote. That he was never ever going to be the head coach anyway, was he?
Yeah. So what's the point in getting rid? He's only got a year. He's got a year there. I think he'll do fine. I don't think he'll go.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Interesting this week's fixtures actually, because if Leeds are wanting to bounce back and get themselves a win.
Oh, they've got Castleford.
They've got Cass at home. There's no better. Cass got an absolute hiding against St Helens on Friday night. And I only watched little bits of it actually. I didn't watch it all. But I was told they were absolutely rubbish.
I watched the first half and then switched it off in the second. Well, yeah, you saw by Daryl Powell's reaction, which, by the way, I think was absolutely ridiculous. He walked across the pitch from his gantry across the pitch. They were absolutely furious. They were 18-0 down with Cass. Playing rubbish. Saints they looked amateur against Saints. So I just think I don't think they'd sort of had that real test. They'd won quite. Did they win? Had they won all of their games so far?
They got beat comfortably by Warrington.
Yeah. So Warrington was the only other test, and that's the two biggest. If they're going to compete by the end of the season, Warrington and St Helens are their two biggest rivals, and they've lost, and they've got convincingly beaten by both of them. So I think that sort of shows where Cass are at. I think they'll beat Leeds comfortably on Thursday tomorrow.
I'm gonna go for Leeds to win that one. I'm gonna go. That's my bold prediction at week. I'm gonna go for Leeds to bounce back. And I don't want a million miles off against Catalan. And I know we're all right saying it, but I know we're all right saying all right's not enough and all this. But I think Cass I think they're beginning to be found out a little bit now, Cass. Yeah, I think Leeds will beat them. It'll be close, but I fancy Leeds in that one. I just think that now it's either a perfect time or a completely wrong time to play Cass. Because they're gonna
Well, yeah, well, we've just been berating them.
They're gonna be wanting. They're gonna be wanting to come back, and give a good account of themselves, having been hammered by Saints. But on the flip side, as the confidence been shot, Greg Eden, he's a confidence player.
He were absolutely rubbish.
He's a confident when he's on song, he's great. When he gets one error, he starts having 2, 3, 4, 5. They start coming at once. He were rubbish. He got dragged. He got brought off.
Yeah.
He got brought off.
Well, they missed a golden opportunity in the first half, and they were only, I think, 2 tries behind at that point, and he could have, if he'd have held onto the ball, he would have scored because he would have raced away. He's like lightning. And I think that's at the point Daryl Powell was just furious. And then obviously he got bought off in the second half. But I think they were found out by Saints on Thursday or Friday, whenever it was, can't remember.
Friday.
And that's, like I said, that's the 2 teams that they'll be competing against at the end of the year, and they found them out. And
I don't think they will. I think they're a million mile off Saints and won it.
Yeah, exactly. Which is showed by in those 2 games. They're not up for it, but I think they'll comfortably beat Leeds.
Castle lose tomorrow. Leeds are going to beat Cass tomorrow. And that's my prediction. Friday, Hull and Warrington. Saints, Hull, KR.
Are they all on Friday?
Gary Schofield's predicted Saints to beat Hull KR by 50. Now, I'm not quite sure they'll win by 50 points, but Hull KR are in a little bit of a hold right now because they beat Wakefield, right? But if they'd have played it on a dry track, they would not have won. So if you take that into account, that would have been how many games about a win? They're in a bit of a hole at the minute, okay. And we'll play Saints this week. They're not going to get out of it this week, are they?
Well, no. Well, we've just got a message from David Smith, Dave the Rave. Cass looked like a team they are against Saints. They have only played 2 top teams so far and been beat convincingly by both. Leeds may well beat Cass on Thursday and wouldn't surprise me.
I agree. I've gone Leeds definitely. So we're just on OKR there.
Well, they've got I think they've got Danny Maguire back on Friday. They've got a couple of bodies back, so that'll give them a bit more of a chance. But Saints will go. They'll go 8 from 8 on Friday. I don't think Hull KR stand a chance. Hull KR were beaten comfortably by a Huddersfield side that could only name an 18-man squad.
Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it? 18-man squad. Sure, that is absolutely ridiculous. You can name 19. You could name anybody and put them at 19. Why do coaches do that? Is it to make a point? As if to say...
We've got loads of injuries.
We need some players when we've got loads... Getting your excuses in already. So if you do lose, say, I could only name 18. Couldn't name a 19-man squad. It's ridiculous. Naming 18. They've got how many academy players?
Yeah.
Put one of them in. Stupid. Naming 18. But Huddersfield are rubbish. Hull KR are rubbish. Hull KR are going to get beat by Saints quite easy.
How do you really feel about that? Stupid.
It is stupid, though. No, there'll be players in Huddersfield squad, youngsters that train every day full time. When they see them only named 18, I bet they're thinking, do you know what? Why am I busting a go every single day? Early hours, late finishers, going the extra mile to not even be given an opportunity. Just to be at 19, there'll be kids that snap your hands off to just be around that environment on match day.
Yeah.
Not going to play, but just to be there, and to name 18 is just stupid for me. I don't understand it. Just do not understand it. You've got a squad that big and you only name 18. Ridiculous.
Well, on that note, should we break for a song?
I think we should.
Yeah, let's break for a song. Another good one.
So for those who are watching on Facebook Live, we'll give them a little wave. Come back. We're just gonna have to. The reason why we're stopping the stream because we do get the videos blocked, the audio blocked because of copyright music, and we are PPL and PRS license payers. But unfortunately, Facebook keeps blocking it. So because of that, I just keep stopping the videos, and then when we watch them again, you don't have any disruptions with the music being muted. So
you can listen to the music on the app.
You can
or
download
online.
it. Listen online on www.smileradio.co or go to the App Store and download the app on Google and Android.
Or
Apple and Android
yeah.
even.
Or we'll be back on Facebook Live
Yeah.
in about 3 minutes.
So, Alex Party, come on, big man. Why this one?
I just think it'd annoy Zoe, to be honest with you. So.
Thanks.
There you go. There's my answer.
Don't Give Me Your Life by Alex Party. We'll be right
Do
back.
you know this?
I've got no idea.
Don't
give me your life, give me your life, do do do, yeah.
Yeah, we've just been shut off.
Everybody stop listening.
So this is one of Connor's playlists, party playlist. We'll be right back with Connor and Zoe with On the Whistle.
You treated me bad. Now what can I say? You told me you love me, but it never felt that way. I tried so hard to carry on, but you left me there alone. Now you're trying to say, don't treat you this way, but don't you know I don't need you.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Before we kick off, I would like to just oh, hang on, whoa, sweet child of mine. Before we go any further, I just want a quick word for one of our sponsors. We'll be right back after this.
College Grove Nursery in Wakefield has been providing the highest standard of childcare for over 22 years. Situated on Eastmoor Road, we are close to the M1 and M62 motorway network and also convenient for Wakefield city centre, schools and major places of employment. For more details, check out our website at www.collegegrovenursery.co.uk or give us a call on 01924 200 120 to arrange a visit. College Grove, a special nursery which takes a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart.
And we're back.
I could recite that advert now, I think.
Yeah. College Grove Nursery, if you're listening, you've got kids that you want looking after and educating, get yourself down. Contact them.
The best nursery in West Yorkshire.
01924 200120.
To arrange a visit. College Grove Nursery.
Oh, you sound just like her. I wanna ask you. I wanna talk about. There's a new system for judging the Man of Steel, the Steve Prescott Man of Steel at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's done by points, so we all can see week on week who's top and who's chasing and who's what.
Mhm.
The 4 front runners at the minute: James Roby, Paul McShane, Stefan Ratchford, and Danny Brough. They're the 4 leading at the minute in the Steve Prescott Man of Steel.
James Roby,
Paul McShane, Stefan Ratchford,
yeah,
Danny Brough. Who?
I would agree with that.
Who is your... We'll take James Roby out of the equation, because I think he's probably the front runner, everybody's firm favourite.
Yeah.
Outside James Roby, who's your dark horse?
Out of those?
No, just out of anybody. Because it's still early days, anybody can catch anybody up. Give me a wild card. Don't give me somebody that's... Don't say Blake Austin or anybody like that, because they're quite popular and people's favourites. Give me somebody that could sneak up when nobody's looking and bite you.
Scully.
We've got a phone call. Gary Schofield on the line.
Oh, you said somebody will come and bite you. Sorry. I just got the latter part.
That's a tough one.
Wally Lewis.
I will think out of those that are in the front at the minute, I'd like to see Stefan Ratchford. I think he's been consistent.
But I get that, but I just think with Ratchford, he's got other players that could be more influential at that club. So you've got Austin, Darryl Clark.
Yeah.
Those 2 players, I think they are the 2 main men.
Where's Darryl Clark on the list?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just saying. I think he's probably got a couple more that are probably more influential to Warrington than he is. That's why I think Ratchford probably won't. I still think he's best fullback in competition. I think he's the best English fullback in league. But I don't. That's just my opinion. I don't think I'm thinking.
No, I was just saying out of those that were, say you've got Paul McShane. Yeah, he'll be there or thereabouts. Stefan Ratchford, I've always liked him. I think he's class. But like you said, you've got the likes of Blake Austin, Danny Brough. Yeah, he's going to guide the team. That was lovely. I think you could hear that on the microphone. So thank you very much.
Come here, let's win him. Let's win him.
My dark horse, Dave Fafita. He's my dark horse this year. Every single game I've watched, he's been in the top 3 best players. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. And Wakefield, when they get on a harder track, they'll get even better. They'll get more free flow and they will win more games. I think Dave Fafita is the dark horse to win that Man of Steel award.
I don't think he'll win it, but
no, I think Roby will win it because Roby gets a vote every week. But I think as an outsider, I think Fafita is well up there, absolutely well up there.
How's Paulie doing? Is he?
He's doing all right, Paulie. He got 80 minutes under his belt on Thursday. Played the full 80 minutes, playing in back row, and he's doing. He's getting better week on week. He's still not where he wants to be, I don't think, and he's not quite at the level that he can be. But Paulie will get better on a drier track when he's got more minutes behind him and things like that, and he'll just get better as the season goes on. So yeah, he's progressing quite nicely, and he'll just be better for the more games he plays, I think. But it's important, and the main thing for Paulie is he needs to look after himself in the off-season. Come back in pre-season in good shape, how he left the previous season, and really kick on, because it's the same as happened this year as what happened last year. It takes Paulie 10-12 games minimum to get anywhere near full potential. And that's a large chunky season. Can't afford to be doing that. So after 10, 12 games, you think, oh, he's an handful, he's a player. But, you know, over 2 years, that's 20 odd games that Paul has not been where he should be. So that's the key for him now. Really, just kick on and in the off season, get back and start the season as the main back rower, rather than being on the fringe of the team. Not, you know, I know he had that injury, but even if he'd not have had that injury, I don't think he'd have started the season as a starting back rower just because of where he were at. So it's important that he reaches the heights this season and then stays at them as he goes into the off season as well. So he comes back firing in pre-season. But no, he's doing well. He's doing well, and he'll make Wakefield better as he gets better.
Yeah, can't add much more to that. While we're on the subject of Wakefield, probably the game of the round.
What did I
on
say?
Thursday
What
night.
did I say last week?
Yeah.
2 most entertaining teams in competition, as well as Saints and Cass.
And it was a fantastic game. I think Wakefield were down and out at 34-12 down.
First half, wasn't it? Yeah.
First half just killed them,
First
but then
10
they came.
minutes, wasn't it? You know, if you take them out, you win game.
You play like you did, they play like they did when they came back from 34-12 down. If you play like that the full 80 minutes, but that's always been a problem for Wakefield. They've never been able to play a full 80 minutes, in my opinion. And if they played like that, they would have easily won. But they just left it too little, too late. I think even if there was at the end of it, they just ran out of time. If there was a couple more minutes on the clock, they would have won that game.
Ruffy will be kicking himself when he didn't kick that
Um,
goal. And I fought for it. And you watch it back on
Well, you watch
Sky,
it back and it were millimetres.
and you right from it leaving his boot to the actual flags going down, you're thinking it's going over.
Yeah.
And it just at the end it scraped the post, don't we? And you're thinking, again.
Well,
I didn't
he
see
just
it.
scored one from near on the same position a couple of minutes earlier. And you'd thought for anybody's that it would be that it would go over,
But that's
it wasn't to be.
Wakefield have lost 3 games this season, right? Excluding the London Freak result at the beginning of the season. They lost to Hull KR by 4 points in an absolute downpour. It were horrible. They lost to Saints by 2 points, and they lost to Warrington by 2 points. Twice in 2000 last year and this year, they've lost to Warrington and scored more tries. So they've lost on conversions. The fine line that Wakefield are so close.
It's just consistency.
So close. It is consistency. That's exactly what it is. They're not far off at all. They're so close.
They've lost to London and they've lost to Hull KR, and then they've come close to Saints. They've come close to Warrington.
Arguably deserve to win both those games.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the Warrington game.
They scored more tries.
Well, yeah, but
They scored more
at
tries.
the end of
But
the
in
day,
the first 10 minutes,
yeah.
I thought Wakefield were in control for quite a large chunk of it.
I think they were for the second half, but it was just. It is just consistency, and they can't, like I said, they can't play that full 80 minutes, and that's what they need to do to start beating the big sides. And when you lose to them, and then you have results like you lose to Hull KR and you lose to London, that's not gonna keep you up.
No,
well,
we
not.
know that,
It'll
don't
keep
we?
you up. It's not going to get you in those 4th and 5th places. So we'll see. But they just need that consistency, and they need to keep, because they're performing well in parts, but they just need to keep that throughout the whole game, and consistently week on week, because at the moment they're not doing that.
Oh well, just on that game, I thought Kyle Wood, when he came back after his spell off.
For me, he's one of the most underrated players in the Super League, because I think every time he comes on the pitch and plays, he's fantastic. He's lively. He's just got that little bit of something extra, bit of energy, and for me, he was one of the best players on the pitch on Thursday.
Yeah, and he was second. He got 2 points in the Man of Steel.
Yeah, well
voting,
deservedly.
and he's another one.
He scored 2 tries.
He's a massive player. He's a massive part of Wakefield's side. He's Kyle Wood, and he's another player that goes under the radar, but could sort of be a dark
He can win.
horse
Well,
to
he
be
can,
up there.
he can win your games
Because
easily.
he can, and he's scored 4 tries already for this season for a hooker. For a hooker to score 4 tries is quite good going, because they're not renowned try scorers, are they? Interesting that they brought him on. So he played the first 20 minutes, and they brought him off to freshen him up and just sort of go back to basics. Put Jordy Crowther at hooker maybe because he's a bit more solid defensively, and then let Kyle Wood come on when you want to open the game and start. And it worked. It worked.
Well, when he came on, that was when we started.
By no stretch of Jordy's not an hooker. No, he knows he's not an hooker. We all know he's not an hooker. But if by him doing a 15-minute stint at hooker, if that allows Kyle Wood to play better when he comes on and to lift the team, then it's all well and good for me. And you've got to do what's best for the team. When he came on, he was outstanding. He was making breaks for fun. He got 2 tries in a couple of minutes.
He was the difference.
And that second try that he scored, that were unbelievable. And Reece Lane on one of his dangerous runs, and people at side of me during games will go, he never runs straight. I agree with him, but every time he always looks dangerous when he gets the ball. He makes things happen. Every time he comes in, steps off that right foot, always makes things happen. He stepped off his right foot, put a kick in for Kyle Wood, and
that were a fantastic try.
He's very dangerous, and why take away what makes him dangerous and what's got him in the England squad and what the England coaches see? Just honestly, I can't believe some people. He's one of the most dangerous centres in competition, and that's what makes him good, and that's what makes him player he is. His unpredictability and how he runs at tiring defenders down the middle. I think that's what makes him a top quality centre. That's my opinion, anyway. But Warrington and Blake Austin looked at times played in a dinner jacket and looked outstanding, didn't he? He was really good.
He is from I mean, he's done in the first 7 games. He's done more than Tyrone Roberts did all season last year. He just seems to have fitted in. He slotted in well. That try that he set up for Charnley with a little break. I think he's just fantastic for Warrington. He seems to have been. He seems to be settling in well. And imagine next year, when you've got him and Widdop in the halves, because obviously Widdop's coming over to Warrington next year. It's just they're going to be a different level. I think they'll be on a par with Saints next season, and Austin will just be
I think they are now. I think it'd be fair to say they are now with where they started the season.
Yeah, I think Saints are marginally better, in my opinion.
They're on a par with them. They've got to be. They've got to be on a par with them. We started they've had and where they've.
Oh yeah, they are. But I think Saints, if it was to come to Saints and Warrington played each other tomorrow, I think Saints would win.
Oh, probably.
So I think Saints are marginally better, but I think on the day Warrington could beat them. But overall, I think Saints are just that little bit better.
Yeah, but Warrington aren't far off.
I'm not saying they're far off, but I'm just saying I think Saints are just that little bit better. But I think next season when Widdop comes over, I think they'll be even better, and it'll just make it tougher for everybody else.
Well, I tell you what, we've got just over half an hour to go. So, are we gonna?
Is that it?
Yeah, it was just over half an hour. So we'll do his predictions for this week. We'll have a song, and then we'll finish with football. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Does that sound like a plan? Because Premier League's back, and it seems like.
No, it seems like ages ago.
Absolutely seems like a lifetime ago since we were talking about Premier League. So it's back, and there's no better. Sometimes I think. When you play so many fixtures in Premier League, so you play weekend, midweek.
Well, they've been playing a load, haven't they? Midweek, weekends.
Yeah, and you sometimes get lost in it all, don't you? Yeah. But when you actually miss it for 10 days, you're like, when's it back? What are the fixtures? That's which is great for me. But right, anyway, predictions for this week. Leeds Cass. I've already said that I think Leeds are going to win.
You've got to go for Leeds now.
So I am. You can go first. Leeds.
I think Cass are going to win. I think it'll be a close one. I'm going to go Leeds 22, Castleford 28.
Cass 28. I'm going to go Leeds. I'm going to reverse score. I'm going to go Leeds 28, Cass 22.
Anybody watching as well, if you want to put your predictions on Facebook, get involved. we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, you can contact us on Twitter, Smile
Twitter,
Radio
Facebook,
3.
Instagram.
Yeah,
But we
Smile
are live
Radio
on Smile
3
Radio on
Yorkshire.
Facebook. So if you're watching and you're a rugby league fan,
Friday, Hull FC versus
give us your
Warrington.
predictions. Hull FC Warrington. Warrington 34-20.
20-34. Yeah, I'm going to go Warrington to win that one. 28-12.
I just think, I know we didn't discuss it, and obviously you predicted London to win last week. I think they were lucky with Hull. London came back.
London are good, aren't they? Oh,
London are fantastic at home, and Hull scored a few tries edge in front, and then London came back, but in the end, they just fell short. So I think, yeah, I mean, we've said it, London are the surprise package for me this year, but with that Hull, they did struggle towards the end, so I think they won't have enough. They'll score a few tries, but I think Warrington will just run away with it.
just run away with it. Saints Hull KR.
James Stevenson says Golden Point. In what game?
Golden Point. Saints Hull KR.
Saints easily. 46-12.
Saints 46.
Sorry.
Is that alright?
We're having
No
technical problems.
Yeah.
Hull KR 12. I'm going to go Saints.
Is it at Hull KR?
No, it's at Saints.
At Saints. Yeah, easily then.
Saints 40, Hull KR 16. Yeah, that's my prediction. Saturday.
Have we got a different one? Yeah, we've got Leeds Cast. We're different, aren't we?
There's no fixtures on the Saturday. It's Challenge Cup.
James Stevenson says Leeds v Cass, Golden Point.
Which team?
Which team's going to win, Steve-O?
Leeds, I think. Sunday, Wakefield, Salford.
Wakefield.
Yeah.
What's going
This is where we need George, yes.
66-1 or something.
Yeah.
24-16 to Wakefield. That's my prediction for Sunday.
I'll go 30 points to 18.
I think it'll be a bit closer than that, because I think Salford.
38. Well, I've only gone 12 points. You said 8, so there's not much
Yeah.
difference between two, is there?
Yeah, just sounds more, doesn't it? 30,
yeah.
18.
30.
London,
Um,
Huddersfield, at London. Now this is a massive
Oh.
game, and I'm not buying any into Huddersfield's big win against Hull KR at all because
No, I'm going to go London on that one.
what score?
Oh, I think. I don't know. You go. What do you think?
Tell you what.
Oh, you're
I'm
going to
gonna
go
go-
Huddersfield.
No, I'm not. I'm going to go London to win by a point.
1 point. I'm going to go 24-22 to London.
25-22. 25-24. 25-24 to
London.
London.
Right. Well, I'm going 24-22. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what made me say 22. 'cause you said it.
Yeah, I like you. I'm not convinced by. Yeah, it was a huge win for them. They needed it. They've had a tough couple of weeks, but they were playing a really severely depleted Hull KR side as well. I think they played well. I think we keep saying we're impressed with Cruz Lehman each week, but London are just a different kind of. They're just a different kind of outfit, I think, and especially in London. I just think they'll want it more. They've got, like I keep saying, they've got nothing to lose, and they're at home, and it'll be a tough game for Huddersfield.
I agree. Wigan play Catalans.
At Wigan.
Yeah, it's a funny game. That
That is a funny one because obviously Wigan won at the weekend, but Catalans have been doing all right. I'm going to go for a Wigan win.
What score we're going?
I don't think it's going to be a big scoring game. 22-16 to Wigan.
Wigan to beat Catalans 22-16. I'm going to go the Dragons, back-to-back wins, and Wigan to slip up. I'm going to go Wigan 18. No, I'm not. I'm going to go Wigan 26. Catalans 30.
So we've got two different predictions there.
Yeah. I like to mix and match. There's quite a few fixtures this week that you're looking at and could.
Well, they could go either way.
Could
You've
go
got
either
London
way.
Huddersfield could go either way. You've got Wigan, Catalans could go either way. Leeds.
Well, they all could, aren't they? Let's not be.
Well,
They all could
yeah.
now in Super League.
Well, I don't
Wakefield,
think.
Salford. That's potentially could go either way.
Well, yeah,
I think you've just
we're
gotta take
confident that
home.
we're confident that Wakefield.
Yeah.
That, well,
But that's
I do
home form,
think.
isn't it? You
I
know,
do think Wakefield are gonna will come out on top. But having said that, Salford.
They've lost the last two.
They've
Salford,
lost,
haven't they?
yeah.
They've lost the last two.
Bar the last two performances, and I mean even in those losses they've not been playing badly. They played well against Wigan. They came close to beating them, so they'll be difficult to beat. But I do think Wakefield will just have enough.
Yeah, I agree. So we're going to break for a song now, aren't we? We've done predictions. I'm going to win this week. Let's break for a song, and then we'll discuss football.
So you're listening to On the Whistle with Connor and Zoe live on Smile Radio. If you want to listen again, don't forget you can catch this or any other show by going to www.smileradio.co, click on demand, or go to Podbean and all the major podcasting sites. We'll be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Broadcasting around the world.
Well, hello.
This is your number one internet radio station.
If you're looking for custom-made curtains and blinds, get yourself down to the Curtain Shop. Visit our showrooms at Kingsway Ossett or High Street Normanton. For all your curtains, blinds and upholstery needs, go to the Curtain Shop. And if you mention Smile Radio, you'll qualify for free lining for all custom-made curtains. The Curtain Shop, Kingsway Ossett and High Street Normanton. The Curtain Shop.
My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no power, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no fame, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. Want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Na 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 na.
back with Connor and Zoe on the whistle, live on Smile Radio.
Absolute classic song, that.
Belter.
Na 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 na. See Grace on fire. That's what me and Liam Walton used to sing that. See Grace on fire. What? You said that last week and then realised that we're not chosen any song. I'll do it. Alright then. So I did them? Right, okay, I'll hold you to that.
Well, I'm hoping we'll have a guest on next week.
3 belters.
Ooh.
But I just need to sort that out. I did mention it to you, didn't I?
No.
I did.
You didn't.
Yeah, getting Danica on to talk about the women's
Danica
Super
Rice?
League. Yeah, I did. I have mentioned it to you, but you just don't listen.
Yeah, you did. I'm just testing.
So I need to get in touch with her this week and see if she'll come on next week. Because it's the start of the women's Super League or a week on
I don't really know all
Sunday.
about it though. So what are you going to do? You're going to just spoon feed
get to
me?
know, do some research.
Research.
Well, we had a guest on, didn't we? You
I know.
brought a guest on, so I didn't have a clue. So,
I still need to introduce him to Eric. Actually, I mentioned to him. Anyway, that's another story.
Right, yeah.
You know, Dave who came in.
yeah, Dave Downs. So yeah, well, moving on to football, we've got some Premier League action
Yeah, we have.
this weekend.
We have.
Run through the fixtures.
Fulham
So
Man
we've had.
City.
Well, let's talk about England have been fantastic, haven't they? We've had 2 games against the Czech Republic and Montenegro. I mean that I was looking at the group. We couldn't have had an easier group, really, could we? Qualifying group.
No, but you've still got to beat what's in front of you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, of course. But we've beaten Czech Republic and Montenegro. Scored 10 goals in 2 games.
Can't grumble at all with that.
They're looking fantastic. It is the most excited I've been as an England fan for a while. I think we've got the right man in Gareth Southgate leading.
We've just got to be careful. We don't
get overexcited.
we don't make Declan Rice and Callum Hudson-Odoi the next Paul Scholes and Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I'm not saying that wasn't my point.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying as a.
Yeah.
It's
Everybody,
exciting that there's
from what
some
I'm
youth
seeing,
coming through.
Everybody's go, oh, Declan Rice is all this, that, and all that. He's played 1 game against Montenegro. Let's just be a bit realistic and see where he's at, because he's not. He's played 1 cap.
Sterling,
that's what we
Sterling
need to
got an
do.
hat-trick.
Sterling, telling you, he's starting to come into his own at the international level as well.
Yeah.
Unplayable at times in both games, and that's great for him because he's been so good.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? Do you know what? I will eat my words because I used to say at Liverpool.
You used to say he was overrated, didn't you?
I did, and I couldn't
But
see
I do think
what
he has. I do think he has
obviously what other-
improved. I don't think he was as good as he is now. I think he's just.
I think under
he's
Pep,
grown massively.
Under Pep, he's just
He's
blossomed.
become a new
What it is,
player, really.
We've spoke about consistency and we speak about it every week.
Yeah.
I think from Sterling, from coming in onto the scene at Liverpool, he's always had that quality, but in little bits. So I just think season after season, he's increased
more
it. So he's gone from
consistent.
He's gone from being good in little spells to good in more longer spells to a prolonged period to now being consistently at the top of his game. And it's just been a gradual process. Probably took him a little bit longer. Well, I say a little bit longer. He's still only young, isn't he? People forget he's still quite a young lad. But I think with him being English, we've been a little bit impatient with him as well. If he'd have been a foreigner in the Premier League, he wouldn't have had as much talk about him, would he?
No.
Really?
No.
Because he's English, he has. So credit to Sterling for really knuckling down and getting to grips.
I think
with
he's
it.
proved.
And
he's been
he
proving
is
everybody
now.
wrong as well.
He is now. If you're an opposition,
You'd
you know,
hate
if
to play
you're-
against him.
he'd be the player you do your most.
But
of
he's
you on.
also grown into a role model as well, because it came out after Monday's game. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but there was some allegations that there was racist chanting against him and a couple of other English players, Danny Rose and Callum Hudson-Odoi. But the way that he reacted to that at the end of the game, and he came out and he spoke to journalists, and when he was interviewed, he talks really well, and I think he needs to be a role model to young children, because I think the way he acts on and off the field is something to be admired, in my opinion.
Definitely. But I do eat my words because I used to say he was pinching money.
Oh, I didn't. I never thought at Liverpool. I
didn't
didn't think
get
he
it.
was
I didn't
that
get
good.
it,
But
I remember in summer we had this conversation, and you said that, and I said, but I always thought there was something there, and I've always seen the ability he's had, and I'm quite not big, not saying, but I'm glad now to see him actually.
Yeah. No, I am.
So longer he went on
yeah.
doing it, you think, oh God, I'm just fighting losing battle here. But he's actually doing it now, isn't he? And I think that's and you, like the both of you, are actually admitting he is, which is good, and that's what.
It is exciting to be an England fan and to actually see the youth and actually a manager who's got the bottle to actually, in his own conviction and picking and sticking by it and actually letting them play.
Well, the under-21s last night lost their first game in 18 matches, and it just shows you that talent that's coming. Yeah, it's on a completely different level to the main team, but it's an international level at their age group. And they're winning, and it just shows that we have actually got that talent coming through, and it is exciting. And Gareth Southgate, like you said, isn't afraid to play those youngsters, and I think that's the only way that you're gonna improve at an international level is by playing your younger players and those that are coming through, and that's what Southgate's doing.
It's that waistcoat.
But how? When they appointed Southgate, there were massive question marks.
Well, for me as well. I wasn't.
The way, not just as a manager, but as a person, and the way he conducts himself in the media.
He's first class.
He's always been a good pundit, though, hasn't he? When he's interviewing and.
Yeah, he's always spoke well on it. I think the key to this is don't get too high when you're doing well. Don't get too low when you're not doing.
But I think he manages that perfectly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's not too many slaps on the back when you win 5-1, and when you lose 2-3 or whatever, there's no panic stations. It's just all kept on a similar sort of level throughout, and he's found a way to get the best out of an England
squad. They're playing
squad.
for him though, aren't they?
That's it. He's found a way, and he's picked the personnel. And he's played the play a certain way with the right system. He's found a way that suits England and to get results.
Well, I think as well, a lot of the young players coming through, they're proud to play for the country. I think when you picked on your older players and they were just like, it's nothing. It's like obviously I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be proud to play for the country, but I think it got to a point where they just. Not got used to it, but now I think the players coming through, they want to play for the country and they're so proud to do it that they are playing.
I never forget. Yeah, but he's putting
they're
that
playing
the
for
3
him
lines
and
on your
for
chest.
Yeah, exactly, and it should be like that every time you pull on that shirt.
I never forget Ian Wright's first England cap.
And bawling his eyes out, wasn't
he? And he sung the national anthem from his boots. I mean, all that he was coming out in that song. And he played. I mean, I loved him as a player. I mean, he was a nasty piece of work when he wanted to, but the desire to at club level and at international was phenomenal. And for me, that's what you should. Every player. I mean, I was never good enough to be anywhere near sort of professional or anything, but I'd have given my right arm to have that opportunity. And he got. Because he was late. He was in his 20s when he got for Crystal Palace when he first got signed. Because he was playing Sunday League.
Do you know what I like about Southgate as well? He keeps players hungry. So he'll dip the feet in, then take them out at firing line for a couple of games. Because if you introduce somebody like he has done with Callum Hudson-Odoi, you think, oh, he's got that experience. And he's been pampered. Because England players, they get pampered, they get looked at everything. So he has that. But then what he'll do, he'll take him out and he'll say, right, you're playing with 21s for 2 matches.
Yeah.
So then that makes him think, I want that again. I want to get back to that level. Because there's
very clever.
If it's man management, isn't it? And it could be easy for, it wouldn't be difficult for him to introduce Callum Hudson-Odoi in, keep him in that firing line, and Callum Hudson-Odoi there walking around with cigars and he's like, yeah. He goes back to under 21s, he works hard, he thinks, right, I need to get back into this England squad.
Do you think he'll start? Do you think he'll start playing more for Chelsea now? He has been given that opportunity for England because we were talking about it.
I don't think, I don't think Hudson-Odoi being picked for England will have any impact at all. No, because I think of just the way Sarri is at Chelsea.
Well, yeah, I don't
think it'll have any impact. I don't think Sarri will think any highly of Hudson-Odoi than what he did before he played for England. I think he's probably in the same boat at Chelsea.
Well, I think he's so blinkered anyway. As a manager, he's got his own sort of way of doing things how crazy it is, because obviously we've discussed Chelsea aren't doing as well as they should be. So yeah, like you said, he's got something set in his mind, and that's it. He'll go with it.
Do you not think that works well when you give somebody that experience? But then take him out of the firing line for a little bit. He did it with Alexander Arnold as well, didn't he? Played it, but then just said, right, come back. You're playing with these 19s for a little bit. 21s for a little bit longer. And then he just comes back hungry for it. Well, I think it's great man management, mate. I think it's outstanding.
But it's just like, he can't. I don't know, whatever he's got, he should be able to bottle it and teach other managers, because they are playing for him. And there's certain players that, you know, even at club level, they're hit and miss. But for
a lot
South,
of it, I think you can't teach it. What
No.
it is, you've either got it or you haven't. You know.
Fergie were.
The thing is with Southgate as well, it's probably another thing. He won't know himself. I think it's probably his character, the way he is with his players, that there's probably little
just
things
natural.
which players are picking up, and they're, you know, bouncing off his energy and his personality. He probably doesn't know the secret ingredient himself. You know, it's probably just his natural thing and the way he speaks to his players. And I think he speaks to his journey. He has one to, you know, he doesn't. He speaks to everybody the same way. You know,
After a win or a loss.
So I can imagine him, right? So pre-match interview, Gareth Southgate, team news. Yeah, we've picked so and so because I think he's suited to this role and this role. He'd speak like that to his players in midweek about who he's picking, and then at half time, I still think he'd have that same body language. He'd have the same way of speaking as what he would to press, and I think that
Very
that's
articulate.
great.
Yeah, and very knowledgeable as well, isn't he? And he knows exactly who to play where. He's playing players in the right positions. He's just for me doing everything right at the minute.
But it's just like they'd run through a wall for him. You can just tell there's such a togetherness.
I think fans would as well.
Yeah, but there's such a togetherness in that team, and I can't explain it. I know, going back to on about Man United and when Fergie was the manager, you know, some games they were rubbish, but every player up until that final whistle, they'd run through a wall for him.
Yeah, and I think there's a fine line as well. I think you've got to watch that you're not too friendly with your players, because I think that could backfire. But he seems to have that right balance where he is the manager, but at the same time he's one of the lads. So, you know, they feel comfortable going up to him, because I know that players from my experience being around professional clubs, what have you, doing what I do, some players at times are not scared to go to the coach, but they don't have that communication. They don't have the proper communication. I remember Brian Smith at Wakefield, and I like Brian. I got on with Brian. He was a bit of a character, a bit of a I don't want to say strange, but he was strange. He was, you know, he wasn't my type of person, but I got on with him really well. His relationship with the players were different. It were different, and would somebody be confident going up to Brian Smith and saying, "Look, Brian, I think I should be," and I don't know, just about anything general? They probably wouldn't. I think Gareth Southgate has got that with his players, that I think the players are comfortable with to talk to him about anything, but then did respect anything that Southgate said. I think that's the main thing. So it's finding the right balance between not getting too friendly with them, but not getting too distant with them. And it's tough. It's tough to do. It really is tough to do. And there's no what I like as well. There's no divide as well. I'm not saying there was, but when you look at England teams in 2005, 6, 7.
Well, yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we, a
Lampard,
couple of weeks ago? We just
Lampard,
said,
Gerrard, Scholes, experienced players.
Well,
were they in their own little group? And we remember saying that Rio Ferdinand...
Well, Ferdinand admitted it. He said...
He admitted it. He admitted that they didn't want to speak to you.
Well, they didn't because there was that divide with the clubs.
In club football makes sense. It makes sense. But you know, for international and for us to grow as a country, you can't have that divide, can you?
Yeah, and but like he said that did happen, and that is one of the reasons why they didn't go on and win. They had a decent team, did England at that time, the likes of Ferdinand, Gerrard, Scholes, but they just didn't. For some reason, they weren't playing together. And Ferdinand came out and said the club rivalry at that time was too great for them to sort of come together and play for England. But that whole sort of mindset seems to have changed
Yeah, it
under
does.
Southgate.
But I think the personality of players nowadays has
and
changed.
it's exactly, and
So,
they're just different.
You don't get your Roy Keanes, your Gerrard. You don't get those strong. I'm not saying you don't get the strong characters. You probably do, but they're in a different way. You know, they've been brought
Not
up.
arrogant.
They're not. I think they
Well,
probably.
they've got.
could
They've probably
could be
they've got an
arrogant. I
air
think
of
that's
arrogance
probably,
about
That's
them.
probably the main reason, but.
But a good air of arrogance rather than what they would have had before.
You'll see selfies on Instagram of Sterling and Henderson, that's just I put two names on my head there. But a Man City player and a Liverpool player, they're fighting for the league, but at the same time
England,
they're fighting to make England the best team in the world. You know, and that you wouldn't ever see that 10 years ago.
No, you wouldn't.
So they've
I
got
was interested when Ferdinand mentioned that about the clubs. Club level being divided, and they wouldn't share information on, or even just communicate and just that get along. But there's just a togetherness.
And there's no. I don't want to say superstars because Kane, Sterling, would disagree, and they'd say they are. But there's no big.
But they don't come across as
egos.
like that.
There's
They
no
don't
big
have an
egos,
ego.
if you get me.
Yeah.
Whereas in 10, there was big egos. There was. Gerrard had a big ego, even though he were outstanding in a professional role. He had a big ego.
Yeah.
Lampard had a big ego. Beckham.
There were too many in the squad at that time.
Now, Harry Kane, the most competitive, claims everything, but I wouldn't say he's got a big ego.
No,
I think it's just his arrogance and his confidence, and that I am the. But I wouldn't say it's a big ego that he's got. I think it's great the way England are going about the business, and I've me, I'm negative when it comes to England. I always have been, but there's nothing to be negative about them, and it's great. We've got a comment. Ben Gummersolo, we are all okay. Sorry, I'm so late tuning in. Oh yeah, you've just missed us, Ben. I'm afraid we're about to go off air in the next couple of minutes.
5 minutes we've got, less than 5 minutes.
Doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
So we were going to do.
But Ben, just before I just say to Ben, he can catch up on our show, can't he, Rich?
Yeah, you can download it. If you missed this show or any others, you can go to www.smileradio.co, click on demand, and download the podcast for this and all the other shows.
You've got that rehearsed to a T. Is Harry Kane good enough to overtake Rooney at the top of the scoring charts?
As a goal scorer, you've got to say he is, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it was Bobby Charlton's record for so long, and Rooney, you can't.
You cannot argue. Wayne Rooney were great for England.
He was, and towards the latter end, it was.
Tell you what, wouldn't you like to have seen Wayne Rooney in his prime in this England side?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember when he came on, he was 17, 18 or whatever. He came onto the scene and Man United first game.
Can you imagine Rooney? Because when Harry Kane came onto the scene,
what about
Rooney
Kane
was
and Rooney?
Rooney towards the end of his career, and Kane would just. Can you imagine Rooney and Kane now? Rooney
They
in his
would
prime
be
and Kane
unstoppable.
In his prime.
Absolutely unstoppable. But we were going to do.
Yeah, well,
we were.
it don't matter.
I know.
It don't-
We went off.
We've gone off, but we've had a good topical
We've had a good
discussion.
Yes, we have indeed.
And it was all relevant.
Exactly.
Definitely, yeah.
Did you see? Actually, I liked the picture Declan Rice put up on Twitter. He'd got a picture with Harry Kane about 2014, I think. He were about 12 years old, or however old he was. And then they've gone from that to playing together for England. He's come via Ireland, but.
Yeah, well, that's we've had this discussion before, haven't we? But no, so quickly, just before we go out, I'll run you through the Premier League action. Good to have it back. Fulham Man City have the early kick-off
City to
on
win
the
that.
Saturday. Yeah, Brighton Southampton draw. No, Brighton. Burnley Wolves. Crystal Palace
Draw.
Huddersfield. Now, if Huddersfield lose, and is it Southampton and somebody else?
But they're down, aren't they?
But it could be mathematical. It could be a foregone conclusion at the end of this weekend. If results don't go Huddersfield's way and they lose, they'll be relegated. And
I think Palace will beat them.
To the Championship. Yeah, it's at Palace too, so they probably will. Leicester, Bournemouth, Man United, Watford and West Ham, Everton complete the day on the Saturday. Sunday, Cardiff and Chelsea.
Chelsea to win that one for me, 2-1.
A big game on Super Sunday at 4:30. It's Liverpool and Spurs. Liverpool for me.
Yeah, well they've got to, I think City have got a game now, haven't they? Because Liverpool played when City played in the cup.
Yeah.
So if City win, but Liverpool have got to keep the noses in front, despite City having that game in hand. I think, because if they win that, then they're above them again, aren't they? So.
And then just the one fixture on the Monday, Arsenal at the Emirates against Newcastle. You've got to be a comfortable
Flat
Arsenal
topper.
win, that, isn't it? Yeah, tell you what, here we go. we'll end on a nice note.
Go on then.
If Arsenal drop points to Newcastle, so a draw or a loss, I'll do a flat topper.
There you've heard it live on Smart Radio. Where's the gauntlet? The naked run up to the flat top.
I don't mind, because temperature's not as cold now, is it? It's getting warmer by the day.
Right, on that bombshell, I think it's time for us to say our farewells.
Farewell.
Yeah. Farewell. Goodbye.
Thanks
Farewell,
everybody.
fans.
We'll see if Connor's naked run to the flat top next week.
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
So, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And don't forget, there's other shows later on. I'll be on Friday with my sidekick. I'm not quite sure if TC Talks is on tomorrow, but I will keep you updated. So have a fantastic rest of the evening, everybody. And don't forget, if you missed this show or any other, you can download it on our website or go to Podbean and all the major podcasting sites.
We'll see you next week at 7:30, usual time.
And remember, Ben, 7:30 next week, Ben. We don't want you coming on late next week.
See you later, everybody. Thanks
Cheers,
again.
All right, thank you very much. Bye.
Here's my story, it's sad but true. It's about a girl